Hello everybody, welcome back to Match Reviews. I'm a bit late to the party, but Stranger Things Season 4, the final 2 episodes have come out, and they're almost 4 hours, so here is gonna be my spoiler-filled review of the end of Stranger Things Season 4. Coming in 4th place is going to be Stranger Things Season 2, and this isn't really an unpopular opinion, but I think just about everybody could agree Stranger Things Season 2 is probably the worst, and the reasoning behind that is, number one, 11 is separated from the group for just about the entire season, and they don't know that she's there. You also have this weird, strange extra episode where 11 meets, like, her friend from like the Rainbow Room back when she was in the lab, and so you have this entire side plot that was supposed to set up an entire 11 show, but that didn't happen, and so just you have an entire episode of this show that has nothing to do with actual Stranger Things, and it's just about setting up something for 11, and that doesn't work too well. You also have the Mind Flayer in this season, who is like my second. He's not one of my favorite villains, to say the least, and I don't really find him as interesting because he's basically just a cloud in this world. He doesn't really do anything except for possess Will, and that's it. You can sort of see him, but he doesn't actually get a body until Season 3. And then also you have the Demodogs, which I don't care for, but you do have some very interesting and new characters here, with Max being introduced, with Billy being introduced, with Bob being introduced. They're pretty good characters that I really have grown to enjoy, especially Max. There's still some cool kid stuff here with the kids going around being kids, and I think it's pretty fun. There's some solid stuff here with some romances, some character dynamics and arcs, and when they figure out that 11 is actually alive, the emotions, and then just the ending with everything how it happened. I think it's all pretty solid. The show is still at its worst. It's a 9 out of 10, if not 9.5 out of 10. I'd give it a 9 out of 10 actually. And so I really do enjoy Stranger Things, the entire show. This season is still great. I enjoy so much of it. The ending is pretty good. Like, it's not super anticlimactic, but it doesn't really have the super, like, the amazing ending like the rest of the seasons do have. It's just 11 using her power to close a rip instead of actually fighting the monsters a whole bunch. That's what everybody else is doing, but it's still a great season of television. I still really do enjoy it. There is a few problems here with, all the stuff with 11. But other than that, I still really love this season. Coming in 3rd place is going to be Season 3 of Stranger Things. I absolutely love this season. This is in the 9.5 range, 10 range. It's really high. And where Season 2 had like a darker tone where they're separated and like being in Will's mind, the Mind Flayers, this season was a lot more bright, a lot more colorful, a lot more like 80s nostalgia. Summer out of school happiness for the first few episodes until it got into the darker stuff with like the invasion of the body snatcher stuff and Billy and the Mind Flayer turning humans and rats into goop and then turning into a giant real monster. So this season had a few things that I'm just like not as interested in, like the characters with some things, and just the entire Russian base underneath a mall that just happened to build there. How would nobody notice that? But little inconveniences like that, but I still had a ton of fun with this. Robin and Erica are introduced. Billy is given a pretty good character arc. I love all of the little nostalgia things that they have, the little banter between like the characters. Eleven's there, she sort of becomes her own person, not just hanging out with Mike. And then you have just the ending with Starcourt Mall, just so well done with the Mind Flayer fighting them and just the monsters all coming. It takes like all the mostly, at least in season 2, all the stuff that's in your head with the Mind Flayer still being in the Upside Down, and then it takes them all and brings them into the actual real world. Originally, I really enjoyed it, but on sort of rethinking it, it's not as good as I remember. Like before, it was better than season 1, but I still really enjoy this. The ending here with Hopper is probably my second favorite ending, right underneath the season 1 ending. I love this season. It's great. There isn't a bad season of Stranger Things, as I've said. And this season is quite a bit above season 2, even though it's like 0.5. I still really do love this. It's hard to rank these, but I love all of them. Second place is going to be Stranger Things season 1. This season didn't originally, like when I first reviewed it, I gave it like an 8.5, 9 out of 10. The more I think about it, it's a 10. Like this season is really just, the more you think about it, the better it gets, where being introduced to this entire world and all these characters and the Upside Down, it's terrifying, where you don't even know what's going on and you're being introduced to it while the characters are being introduced to it. And it's so creepy. And I don't even think with season 4, with all of the body horror and creepiness that they do have, I don't even think they get to the creepiness level that this season did, because you have absolutely no idea what's going on in the season. You haven't the slightest idea even what the Upside Down is. And I had no knowledge of it, and I checked it out, and I'm like, this is so cool. It's like a mystery, and also sort of like a horror, and it's sort of inspired by Stephen King, while also being set in the 80s. It's just so well done. All the kid actors do an amazing job. I love a ton of the stuff that they do, and how just one Demogorgon is treated as this gigantic threat, because it is. And each thing you're sort of figuring out the world of the Upside Down and how it all works. And I just loved that entire aspect of this season. Just introduced to Hopper, where he's not in the greatest place, to 11, to Mike, to all of our trio of characters. So everything here is so well done. Even though the kid actors still do a great job, and all the characters, all the little things that we're trying to figure out, all the creepiness in here, it works so well. I love this first season, and I can't wait to rewatch it whenever season 5 comes out, because I just checked this out this year, and so just loved it all. But coming in first place is going to be season 4. I know it's pretty close between season 1 and 4, but I just loved this season. Each episode is over an hour long. They go for it. The shortest episode is an hour and 4 minutes long, and the longest is 2.5 hours long. I loved this season. It went for the epicness. It went for the hugeness. It combined everything that we've gotten before. It gave us Vecna. It gave us Eddie. It gave us these new characters that are the best, like, new characters that we're just introduced to, and then they're dead at the end of the season. You have so many amazing characters here that I loved. The acting from the kids, this is their best acting that they have done. The adult stuff with the like Joyce and Hopper is very well done. And when you get to the highs in those final 2 episodes, when you have Hopper fighting a Demogorgon with a sword, and you have Nancy shooting Vecna with a shot-off shotgun, and when you have Max in part of the season running away from Vecna, just it has the highest highs that I have seen from a show probably ever, because it just combines everything into this epic season that isn't even the finale. I don't know what to expect from the finale, because the finale is probably going to be the most epic thing that I will ever just see, like, in my age right here, frame in these 2020s, but it's so well done. I love all the characters, and it's the second creepiest season of the show, close to season 1, but it's a different sort of horror where it's a lot more like actual people dying and actual creatures attacking than just oh, what is happening. No, you have what is happening and all this creepy stuff going on. You have all of our characters just giving it their all. The actors are the Duffer Brothers, the editing here, just everything in this season is so well done, and I love it all. This season crushed it. They did such a good job, and I just loved everything. It was so well done, and I loved it all. So just, this is my favorite season. This might be a bit controversial because a lot of people still love season 1, and that's their number 1. A lot of people are saying season 3 was the best. I don't think it's hype. This is my favorite season of this show so far, and I am glad that I got to be here. Like, I caught up to Stranger Things, and then I watched season 4, and it was worth it because it was such a good season. So that's my ranking of the Stranger Things seasons. Leave your ranking down below. Remember, this is just my list, so if you get angry, just try to keep it low profile in the comments with your anger to me, because I know a lot of people have their problems with season 4, but I absolutely loved it, even though it is probably a bit too long for some people. So leave your ranking of the seasons down below, your thoughts on the show. I'm Braden. This is Max Reviews. Thanks a lot for watching. I think we're almost done with Stranger Things content, so just smash likes, smash subscribe. Braden out.